Well, at long last, you've reached the end of Make the Most of Mailchimp. Congratulations. It's been a lot of work. You've acquired a lot of skills. And at this point, you should be able to look anyone in the eye in any kind of job interview situation and tell them that you have professional level Mailchimp skills. You've learned the ins and the outs, and you've gone to great depth to explore just about every corner of this powerful tool and see why all of those features are there and learn how to use them. But your new Mailchimp skills also give you a big head start in many other areas of outreach and communications. Mailchimp is part of the family of modern marketing tools and shares many of the principles with them, and you're well on your way to understanding those. In particular, your investment in learning to make the most of Mailchimp sets you up to quickly learn how to use other email marketing tools. The tracking codes and report features of Mailchimp are widely used in the outreach and communications field. The records and list features of Mailchimp are pretty typical for a lot of outreach and communication tools. And by learning how to create templates and set colors and fonts, you've got some basic principles that you can use for many website creation tools. So let's talk about the email marketing tools. If you can drive a Honda, you can probably drive a Toyota. And now that you've mastered Mailchimp, you are well on your way to learning how to use any other email marketing tools like Constant Contact, Vertical Response, Emma, Bronto, Aweber, and on and on. There are a lot of email marketing tools on the market. They're all fundamentally similar to Mailchimp, and now that you are a Mailchimp master, you could pick up one of these other tools in a relatively short time. Mailchimp's tracking codes and reports, those are common features and common themes in a lot of outreach and marketing tools. And you've seen the value of Mailchimp's tracking codes, and you'll appreciate the value of putting tracking codes anywhere and everywhere in your outreach. Any link that you put in a Mailchimp email, Mailchimp will automatically append a tracking code on that. And then it can use those tracking codes to generate reports on how well your message performed out in the world. If you use Facebook or Google advertising, Facebook and Google will automatically append tracking codes on whatever links you put in your advertisements. And if you use the bit.ly link shortening technique, bit.ly link shortening tool, you can put tracking codes on flyers, brochures, billboards, and any other paper outreach that you're using and get some of the same benefits. You spend a lot of time poking around the records and lists features of Mailchimp, and many outreach and communication tools have record and list functions that are fundamentally similar. Here's Carla Bobka's record. We looked all over that. We've got so much more than her name and her email address in Mailchimp, and we can use the information about Carla and any of our subscribers to create segments of our subscribers that we can fine-tune who receives the messages that we are sending to. That basic feature, that basic fundamental approach is what you're going to find in many tools that nonprofit and government agencies tend to use. Convio, Salsa, Donor Perfect, Watergrass, Nation Builder. All of these tools that you may have heard of, they use the same basic fundamental feature. You store data about people in these tools. You sort through that data to create subgroups that you're going to approach in various ways. And then, of course, the basic approach is similar in some of the places where you're buying somebody else's contact information. When you go to Facebook and you start sorting through the information they have about their users, it's not that different from segmenting something in Mailchimp. If you're deciding who you're going to show your Google ads to, it's not that different from sorting through your subscribers in Mailchimp. If you're at InfoUSA trying to buy mailing addresses for people for direct mail campaigns, not that different from Mailchimp. Looking up reporters in Meltwater News, not that different from Mailchimp. Looking up elected officials and their staff in Sysian government relations, just not that different. You've learned how to set templates, colors, and fonts in Mailchimp. And if you can design templates and emails in Mailchimp, you can also design websites using most of the do-it-yourself website builders that are out there. Oh, we spent a lot of time on templates, colors, and fonts, didn't we? Learning how to set the template, the colors, the fonts, add images in all the different corners of the email. You learned a little bit about picking color codes, and setting the font size, the font height, the font spacing, the font alignment. Seems like a lot of trouble to do that, but you learned how to do it in a template, so at least you only have to do it once. And those are the same basic principles that you're going to find when you're designing websites using Google Sites, Wix, Squarespace, Weebly, and all of the others. It's just not that different. So your new Mailchimp skills give you a big head start in many other areas of modern outreach and communications. Good luck to you going forward.